Yep, I think we're live now. Hopefully this sounds and looks okay to you guys. Let me click on some music before things get started. It sounds about right. Okay, so this is a completely new setup for me. I'm using my webcam on the integrated webcam on my laptop, which I would normally never use, to get a shot of myself, because I feel like the more important thing in this video is going to be the actual organization of the cards, which I'm going to be doing here. So I'm using my Canon to actually shoot the tabletop, but I didn't want you guys to just be staring at my chest the whole time, because I'm not that kind of e-girl. And so I'm using the integrated webcam just so you can get my face. So I have just a brief little primer on what we're going to be doing here. I have thousands and thousands of Magic the Gathering cards. I have to train myself to look at the integrated webcam and not the Canon. I have thousands and thousands of cards that I bought over the years and collected and been given from friends and family and other people that had them and didn't want them anymore since about 1999. And because of that, they've always just gotten thrown into random boxes and shoe boxes, and eventually once I learned to properly take care of things, proper card organizing cases like this, I have 2 or 3 more of these up in my dining room right now. I have tons of fat packs and booster boxes that I've stored cards in, and I want to finally get around to sorting them. And so that's what I'm going to be doing here. I have this one card here just because I was trying to organize things. I was also hoping that I should be able to hold cards up to this camera like this, and you guys can see what card I'm looking at. Or maybe this one. Oh no, that one's not set to autofocus, so it'll have to be this one here. I might not be doing that. Who knows? But so this card actually goes in a different box, goes in that box down there. I have already started organizing, and I'm organizing by set right now. So first off, let me just pull out my basic mana. Anytime I come across basic mana, I throw it into the same common pile, separated by mana type, obviously. That shouldn't be in there. Mistakes already, look at that, pathetic. Okay, so we've got swamps, and I want to put these at the edge of my camera so that I know sort of what my framing is for my shot. We've got islands somewhere right here. Islands, we've got forests. Yep. We've got swamps. And if there's any weirdness between the level of my vocals and the music that I have going, which is brought to you by Epidemic Sound, and by brought to you, I mean I have a membership for Epidemic Sound, and that's where I get the music for my videos, which is basically copyright-free, music that I have access to use. I basically have a lo-fi hip-hop playlist that I am running off of Epidemic Sound. And if anybody gets tired of that and wants me to play something different, let me know, and I will try to consider it. Yeah. So, lands. Throw this guy down here for now. Let me pop out the stuff that I've already sorted, and you'll see that I have quite a few different sets, I guess, going all the way back to, I believe, Beta, if not Arabian Nights, which I think was the first set after Beta. So, how did I have these sorted is the question. Here we go, here's a break. And I don't know all of these set icons off the top of my head, so I apologize for that, but I'm not going to be able to tell you what it is I'm sorting unless I, show it to you and you guys can see what I'm talking about. So like this one right here, whoop, see that set symbol? It's one of the newer ones. I can't remember which it is. But I obviously have a ton of those because I must have been into Magic at the time that that set came out. That's generally how these piles are going to vary in size, whether or not I was into the game heavily when that set dropped and ran out and bought a bunch of boosters and whatnot. This is the annual set pile, so this is, Magic 9th edition, 10th edition, all those, or 2020, 2019, 2018, all those. So those are all together in one pile. I'm going to sort those out once I get to that level. So now let me pull out some actual sets. Granted, this is an actual set. I just can't remember which it is. You know what I should do? I should get the I should actually get the Magic archive up, and I will be able to tell you exactly what they are. Because why not try to be a real big kid streamer? Card set archive. Okay. So this giant stack right here is... it's further back than I thought it would be. This is Innistrad. Okay, this is Innistrad. Yeah, I was actually really big into the Innistrad block, the first one. Okay, so... And then this, like I said, is the annual sets. So let's jump into these here. I had all of these upstairs, and I tried to get them into the box in a way that I could get them down here, but keep them semi-sorted since I had already wasted all the time doing that. So these guys here, we've got... And now I just... Oh, wait, actually, no. I put these together in a way that I actually wouldn't have to count them or really pay attention to them. So that is... I need to find a better place for my mouth. Scars over Moradin. That's what that is right there. Then this one card is... Let's see. What is that guy? Yeah, let's move the mouse. That is Morningtide. Yep. This lovely bunch right here is Ravnica City of Guilds. Let's see what we got here. And I am going to spread these out a bit more. I'm just trying to work in this one region where I'm not using it right now. So these two are Judgment from the Odyssey block back in the day. And we've got a few here. I'm not going to be organizing these on the table by relevance to each other. I should do that, but I just don't have the time or willingness to, frankly. This is Future Sight. To make sure I don't skip any singles here. Then we've got Planar Chaos. What are you? I think that's a... Nope, I was wrong. That is Fifth Dawn from the Moradin block. Scoot this pile back a bit. What are you? That looks pretty old. This is Exodus from the Tempest block. Then I've got 3 here from, I'm pretty sure this is Legends. Yeah, Legends from some of the original sets. Legends being the 4th set after beta. Okay, then we've got Plane Shift right there from the Invasion block. And I'm actually going to move... I don't know where my... There we are. Look at that. Wow, having 3 monitors, guys, is super convenient. Okay. So now I can actually look at my chat and keep an eye on everything that I'm doing. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Plane Shift. Moving through here, we've got Swirly Dragon. Where is my 3rd monitor located? Swirly Dragon. Torment from the Odyssey block. And again, I'm reading out set names here. These are sets I've already organized. So these guys are blank from 1997 and 1995. So I'm pretty sure that means they're from one of the original sets, or they're from Revised Edition. Revised Edition was in 1994. So yeah, I don't know why else they would be blank. But I'm just sticking all those together for right now. Let's see what we've got here. I think this is from Dragons of Tarkir. This is from Legions from the Onslaught block. Then we've got Apocalypse from the Invasion block. These guys are... These are actually from Magic the Gathering Commander, which I don't recall ever buying cards from, but they must just be reprints from that set. This is from Arabian Nights. I know that one. This is probably one of the... Unless I have like beta cards or something floating around, this is probably one of the oldest cards I own. I don't think it's worth anything, but there it is. It's certainly not been kept in great condition. This is from, I just looked this one up earlier because I don't remember ever seeing this symbol. So I looked it up on the spot, And now it's gone again. Oh, no. What is this? I can't remember. I don't care. I'm putting it there. Now it's going to bug me, so I have to look it up. Ah, God. Where is this symbol from? It's from, like, Magic the Gathering Champions or something like that. It's the Magic M inside of a circular logo, a circular, like, emblem. And I just outright am not sure where it's from. And I really don't feel like hunting for it. Nope, we're moving past it. Don't care. It's the one card I have from that set or that release, whatever it is. Okay, we got a bunch of cards from... that would be Journey into Nyx from the Theros block. Then this is Ice Age, I'm pretty sure, the Snowflake. Yeah, Ice Age from the Ice Age block. Slap that over here. This is Odyssey, I know that already, because Odyssey is actually where my favorite pre-con deck of all time is from. It's actually the first deck I ever bought, which is 1-2 Punch. It's a token-heavy deck from Odyssey. It's all green, possibly green-red. I can't remember now. I lost it forever ago because I bought it when I was a kid, when I was like 10 years old. And then a few years back, like Gen Con 2016, 2017, I found, I think it might have been Toad and Troll, I think is the name of the huge Magic the Gathering group there, or website that has like 5 booths at Gen Con every year. They actually had a copy of it there, an original copy sealed, and they only wanted like 15 bucks for it. So I grabbed that, and I actually have it upstairs in my dining room. I play it every now and then. I have it in the original package. It's just super, I'm super happy I have that. These guys are from... this is Weatherlight from Mirage block. Alright, let's keep on keeping on here. I want to make sure I pick them up at a set split, otherwise I'm gonna screw my system up here. Oh wow, that's a big chunk. Okay. That shows poorly. Okay, let's get these guys here. That looks like a demon head or something. What is that? That is Scourge from the Onslaught block. What are these? Like I said, I don't know any of these off the top of my head. This is Invasion from the Invasion block. Pretty sure this is Tamagawa. This is, sorry, Kamigawa. This is Champions of Kamigawa from the Kamigawa block. This is an older one as well. Urza's Legacy from Urza block. It's those guys right there. Is that the... I'm pretty sure that's the set where if you have a sealed booster box, it's worth like $400 or something crazy like that, because there's some ridiculous amount of ultra rare cards that you can get from that set. It's Urza's Saga or Urza's Legacy, I think. This is Tempest from the Tempest block. I am absolutely going to run out of space. I'm gonna move my mouse. I guess I'm gonna move my mouse back here, and I'm gonna need to get this box off the table, which I was expecting to have to do. I wasn't expecting to have to do it so soon. Okay, moving right along. I've got 2 here. I feel like this is another one of my, or at least I feel like I've had this card for a long time. Solar Blast. It is from... Ooh, weird mouse functionality at this angle. It's from Onslaught in the Onslaught block. Got quite a few here from whatever this is. This is a newer set. I'm actually going to put my mouse way over here because that's a little more functional for me. Which set is this? Really wish I knew these off the top of my head, but at the same time, I feel like that would be an amazing feat to be able to pull off. I mean, you would have had to really been into Magic nonstop for the last, like, 20, 25 years. Why am I not seeing this? I feel like this is a relatively new set. Either I'm missing it, or it's older than I think it is. It's older than I think it is. This is Larowin from the Larowin Shadow Moor block. Get my basic mana out of the way. Okay, perfect. That's a perfect grab. Okie doke. Oh, yep, no, that's the same. If I remember, this is one of the larger chunks of a single set that I had cards in as well. Wow, are these all... Yep, those are all one set. Okay, these are all... New Phyrexia from the Scars of Moradin block. I guess we'll plop that right there. I kind of want to have the bigger piles off to the side like these two, because I just don't want them in the way of me placing the smaller sets, the smaller collections that I'm going to have. And if anybody wants to see any cards up close, shout it out. Let's see. This is Conflux from the Shards of Alara block. I'm pretty sure this is Gate Crash. And I will likely have... Oh, I thought I had a lot more of those than I do. Because I remember building a deck when Gate Crash was out that I really liked. Unless, again, I'm remembering correctly. No, this is Gate Crash from Return to Ravnica. Then again, like I said, I still have so many cards upstairs. I'm not trying to say that these are all the cards I have for these sets. I'm saying these are the cards I've found so far for these sets. I'm basically trying to get individual piles for each set going. And then as I go through cards, these sets are going to grow up in, you know, volume based off of whether or not I was big into the game when that set was released. So these are... Which was, I want to say, over the last 5 years, it's been more on and off than it had been in the past. But when I get into it pretty hard, so as I'm sure most people do. This is Zendikar from the Zendikar block. I'm certain I have way more cards for Zendikar, so that's what I'm saying. There's so many cards still up in my dining room right now that I just haven't gone through yet, that's what this whole process is going to be. It's going to be me going through cards and stacking. It's actually my wife's birthday this coming Monday, 2 days from now, and she is doing an ultra long Twitch stream tonight. She's a Twitch gamer. And so she's going to be up late, so I figured I'd try to get some of this done. This is Guild Pact from Ravnica block. And let's grab some more cards. I'm just going to grab this chunk right here, because that looks like a good break. And I have to make sure I'm grabbing the... Yes, these are cards I've already sorted into sets. The way that I put them in the box was basically I alternated face-to-face and back-to-back so that I could tell where proper splits were. Okay, so what have we got here? It's a pretty small grouping. Oh, I've gone too far. This is... Nope. Oh, it's a lot newer than I thought it was. This is Battle for Zendikar from Battle for Zendikar. Oh, this is Battle for Zendikar from Battle for Zendikar block. What have we got here? Okay, this one is... Again, I find myself consistently having to go farther back than I thought I would. No, there's no way. Hold on. This is like brand new. Okay, yeah. This is Ixalan from the Ixalan block, which I don't think I liked. I'm pretty sure we got some cards from it, but we weren't big into it. This looks like a pretty big chunk here, so let's see how many of these get pulled in. This is a Innistrad set, I think. Shadows over Innistrad from Shadows over Innistrad. And again, I'm just sorting sets right now. I haven't gone through and sorted color. I haven't sorted alphabetically. I haven't looked for rares or valuable cards of any kind. This is just sorting by set because I need to start somewhere, and I felt like that was the best way to get started. This is Time Spiral from the Time Spiral block. And I am quickly running out of space. It looks like I can go looks like I can go further to the right and left on camera, so this is a bold move, risky move. Let's see if I can they're sticking to the table. There we go. This is the riskier move. All right, there we go. Good. Okay, so what did I just say? Time Spiral. Slap this one right here. What is this? I think this is relatively new as well. One card from the set here. Likely more upstairs. But at least this will hold the place for the rest of them. What are you? What is that symbol even? God, I bought so many cards over the years at random times, on vacations, just wandering through stores and deciding to grab a pack that sometimes it's for a set that I never even played. I was just in the mood to buy cards, and I like looked at them and threw them into a box for storage. And so I just don't recognize the symbols for them at all. Okay, so this is from some kind of a specialty set then. This is from... What is that? Elspeth versus Tezzeret? 2010, okay. Which is a dual deck set. Cool. There's that. This is a newer one. This is... Nope. Okay. Again, I thought I knew what it was. Some of the symbols are really close to regurgitated, like design-wise. It's not always a massive difference between them, and it can be a little confusing to try to sort them out. I can't find this one. And I swear I looked it up before, too, so I know it's here. But if I can't find it, I'm just going to stick this off to the, you know, in its little space and keep moving, because I don't want to spend all my time looking up one set icon. Yeah, weird. It's got to be another one of these specialty ones, which I hate that I own so many of. I don't remember buying them. Yes, this is from Knights vs. Dragons. Like, what the hell is that? I don't remember that. When were they even making that? This is from Garruk versus Liliana, because I can see it on the set. It was in the same location. These are from Kamigawa, because that's a pretty easy symbol to recognize. Saviors of Kamigawa from the Kamigawa block. I do distinctly remember playing during that release. I'm not sure if I built a deck from Kamigawa specifically, but I remember playing during that release. This is Moradin from Moradin block. Probably just pick all these up, I suppose. How's my cameras looking? Yeah, this is reasonable. This is about as good as I thought I would get, so I can't really be upset with this. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go with this tonight. Obviously, this is a real project that's going to take more than one evening. So I'm just trying to get some kind of progress made. I would love to be able to leave these cards out like this and keep working, you know, night after night, but I can't, because this is also where I do my gaming reviews and my Let's Plays and all that, so I can't just have this table covered up in stuff. I need the tabletop. If I was smart, I would have laid some kind of a, you know, half-inch plywood on this that I could have worked off of and then just moved that off to the side, but at the same time, I don't trust my cats to not come down here and just start batting things all over the place, so really I'm going to have to do that front to front, back to back pickups technique, put them all back in their box and pop them out again maybe next weekend or something. I actually have a vacation coming up, so maybe I'll use that to get some work done on it. Yeah, I've used this song in a video. I recognize it. I've probably used several songs from this playlist in videos. When I can't hone in on a theme for a video, I tend to just go with lo-fi hip-hop because it makes good background noise. Okay, what are you? This one's pretty new, I think. Yep, this is World Wake from Zendikar. When I say pretty new, obviously that's, let's see, that's from 2010. So not super new, but not like, you know, old enough for anybody to care about how old it is. I don't think. I mean, unless Zendikar was a big deal, you let me know. I wouldn't know. These are a bunch of like the Eldritch. There were like a bunch of cards in one of the sets that was like Eldritch something, where you had to mark what they were so that when they shifted, or you had to have like a false placeholder card in your deck so that when they came out, they would come out unexpectedly or something like that because they were double-faced cards, werewolves and things like that. So I'll just stick those off to the side for now. We've got 2 cards from something with horns. Those are from Eldritch Moon. I just saw it. These are from Our Devastation, Amonkhet. I definitely played a lot of Amonkhet. I had a cat deck and I had a camel deck. The cat deck I actually liked less than the camel deck because there were a lot of cards in Amonkhet that were meant to be actually pretty decent cards that revolved around the cat subtype. Not so much with the camels though, but there were enough camels that you could make a fully camel deck, and I was so happy about it. Okay, these are from... Oh yeah, these are from... This is Aether Revolt from Kaladesh. We didn't really like Kaladesh. The whole... Every character is some kind of an inventor, and there were a lot of colorless... did they call them inventions, or did they call them something else? The whole concept of Kaladesh, if I remember, was like it's a planet that holds this, you know, annual or very, very... what's the word? Very elaborate, like, inventor competition, engineering competition, where people would come from all over the place to try to show off the things that they had created. And it just, nothing about the set really did anything for me. This is Dragons of Tarkir from Khans of Tarkir. And then this is the other Amonkhet set. This is Amonkhet from Amonkhet. Plop that right down there. Okay, what do we got here? I think these are Ixalan. Yeah, this is Rivals of Ixalan from Ixalan. Again, I don't think we were a big fan of that one. I don't think we bought a lot of it. We definitely didn't play a lot at that point in time. This is more Kaladesh from Kaladesh. Let's see what we've got here. This is another block that I knew I was playing pretty heavily in because I recognized the cards as having been in one of my more preferred decks back then. This is Shards of Alara from Shards of Alara block. For anybody who was not here earlier, I am currently sorting by set. These are some that I had pre-sorted earlier today that I'm just getting laid out, and then I'm going to continue. I have 4 or 5 massive collection boxes that I need to get spread out into set so that I can then individually by set break them down into color and then alphabetically, which is how I think I'm going to leave the collection. So these are, and this is by no means all of my cards for these sets. These are just cards that I had in the box that I grabbed for these sets. So as I get through more and more boxes, there's going to be more and more cards in these piles. This is Rise of the Eldrazi from Zendikar. Let's see, these... This is Moradin Besieged from Scars of Moradin. I don't remember buying any cards during that block, which is weird, but apparently I have some. Maybe I got them from a friend or somebody left them at my house or something like that. Okay, this is a last chunk here. These are... Nope, I've gone too far. They're definitely newer than that. That I'm certain of. This is Magic Origins. Okay. Good to know. Ooh, we are getting tight on space. Let's keep going though, I guess. Another nice little chunk here. I think I'm going to need to position these a little better, so let's do my Magic Core pile, which is all of the cores in one pile. I will sort them out later. Just don't feel like having a bunch of different core sub-piles. Okay. Yeah, that at least buys me a little space, I guess. And I don't really need the, I do need the basic land piles out, because if I come across basic land, that's where I'm going to put them. But I could try to make them take up a little less space, I guess. Not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Try to find a split in my stack here. Don't want to break up any of my pre-sorted cards. There we go. Alrighty. Moving right along. I feel like by the time I get these all out, I'm not going to have any time to make any actual progress, but that's fine. The point is to entertain you guys. This is more of an experimental stream for me, so this is Theros from Theros Block. Realize you guys probably won't be able to see that back there. You can see a little bit, that's fine. This is, I gotta say, the top-down shot looks better than I thought it would. I thought this would just be like gobbledygook, but you guys can actually kind of see what I'm working on here, so that's not bad. Let's see what we've got here. I realize this is the type of stream that would probably be better suited for like Twitch or something like that, but I don't do Twitch, I do YouTube, and I felt like doing something with my Saturday night. Normally I would live stream more gameplay of whatever I did a Let's Play on the previous Friday, or being yesterday, but I played a game jam game on Itch.io yesterday, which I loved, absolutely loved, but I feel like it's not the kind of game that I could really stretch 3 more hours of Let's Play out of, live Let's Play. So I wanted to do something different. I couldn't decide on what else I wanted to jump into, and I was already working on this earlier today, so I figured why not give it a try and see what kind of a stream I could make out of this, and this is where we're at. So I've got another weird symbol here that I'm not recognizing from anywhere, and I'm wondering if it's another one of these special edition sets that was released, which just make this whole process harder. Let's see if it's a dual deck. Doesn't look like it's a dual deck. Is it a special release or something? Huh. Well, it's something, and it's going over here. Maybe you guys can tell me. This card here is Cower in Fear. It looks like it was released in 2017. You see that set symbol? Best I can do for you. Like I said before, normally I would never use my integrated webcam for anything, but given that I wanted to have the me shot and the table shot, this was the best I could do. And it doesn't look half bad. That's because it's tiny. If it wasn't tiny, it would look like trash. Okay, these are Ravnica block, I believe. Because these are all guilds. This is... Bum, boom. Ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Return to Ravnica from Return to Ravnica. Let's plop that right over here. Let's move these. Let's just see if I can get a chunk off the top of these here. Oh, these are all sorted. I remember this. Yeah, I remember this chunk. These are actually all sorted, right? Wait, am I crazy? No, yeah, those are all sorted. That is... Let's put it back here so it doesn't block so much, I guess. It feels recent to me, but it's probably not. This is Avacyn Restored right here. Or what I've come across from Avacyn Restored so far. Again, I should say. Because there are many, 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 many thousands more cards upstairs that I need to go through and add into these stacks. These are just sort of the base stacks that I have going for the different sets. I really don't know a better way to do this. It's just it's been ignored for so long. I think this is another block that's going to be... Yeah, these are all the same. That is Dark Ascension. Alright, so now we're actually moving into sorting cards that have not yet been sorted into sets. So let's keep going with that. If I could actually get them out of the box. Now I do have these white card sleeves in here, spaced out throughout. I'm not sure why. They don't seem to be breaking the cards into any obvious category or anything that I can recognize. I've been trying to pay attention as I pull them out. God, that was packed a little tight. And I didn't see any kind of an obvious categorization that they were in, so I don't know what those were in there for. I can't remember why I put them in there. But let's see what we've got here. Oh, forests. just a lovely bunch of forests. We'll just add those to the basic monopile and keep on moving. Let's see if I can pull a good chunk out of here. There we go. Alrighty. So what was this? Time Spiral? Yep, right there. I'm not going to remember all of these. I'm just trying to find where they go. These are slivers. So it's probably from the new Phyrexia set. God, I need to remember where everything is now. When I was doing this earlier today, I got into a groove, and so I was starting to remember where sets were in my crazy layout of nonsense. And now I'm going to have to re-memorize the layout here. Where is New Phyrexia? I absolutely have cards out here from it. Quality stream content, guys. I'm losing my mind. It's absolutely out here. How hard is it to look over 5 rows of cards? There it is. I knew it was out there. Okay, this one. This is Larowin. It's another one I know I have. There it is. I really should have these organized in a way that makes it easier to find what's what. But I don't, and I'm not gonna. And I'm just gonna struggle through this in a silly, silly manner. There we go. So that's Shards of Alara, I think. I said that pile was. Ooh, let's get a little chunk here. That go right. Nope, right here. All right. Making progress. These 4 right here. These 2. Big spiky diamond. Looking, there it is right in front of me. Boom. Okay, Magic 13, Magic 12, or I should say Core 13, Core 12, Core 12. Right to the core stack, where you'll be forgotten forever. No, that's not true. I'll go through that eventually. These are all Avacyn Restored, I believe. Or Dark Ascension. I can't remember which one I said this was. It's one of the two. Yeah, I think this is Avacyn Restored. And then this is Dark Ascension. Big chunk of Dark Ascension here. Go. This is Magic Origins. Got a good chunk of these. That was a rare god that I just went by. Not gonna bother stopping because I've got sorting to do. I know I have a bunch of these. I can't remember. Actually, I think these are in a separate box upstairs. I sorted these all out earlier. Oh, that's another. Demon Lord Belzenlock. Elder Demon. Legendary. Cool. No idea if he's any good. Just looks cool. If I actually wanted to sit down and go over these while I was doing this, I would get absolutely nowhere. I need to focus on just sorting. Nope. I'm wondering if I actually have a stack of these down here. I know I have a box full of these upstairs that I sorted out earlier, but I don't know if any actually made it down here. So I might actually have to start a new pile for these down here, which is fine. It's kind of the whole point. This might be Dominaria. Or Dominara? Let's see. I can check. Because I have this lovely third monitor going. This is Dominaria, yeah. So, I think there was a drive in my group to get back in during Dominaria, and I don't think we just... I think we never pulled it off. We just didn't get back in. Wanted to, didn't make it. Okay, there's a bunch of Dominaria here, so this might just be like a chunk of boosters that I bought and tossed in here. Several legendary cards. Was Dominaria heavy in legendaries? Was that like a thing? I feel like this is all Dominaria, but I don't want to just chunk through it and assume and then miss cards that should be in other set stacks. I need to be able to like put these out so you guys can see what I'm doing, but even if I did that, you can't, from that shot, you really can't see like what I'm looking at. I'd need to hold it up to the camera, and that's no good. That would not be conducive to sorting, and it would take forever. All right, I'm going to start to go through these a little quicker because... Oh, hold on a minute. These just got alphabetical all of a sudden. These bitches just got alphabetical on me. What's happening? Are these like fully sorted already? Like legitimately sorted? That wouldn't make any sense because... Why are these fully sorted? Wait a minute. Hold on. Make sure I'm not screwing myself here. Alright, there's a large chunk of cards here. Yep, I'm going to say these are all Dominaria, and they are all already sorted by color and alphabetically. So that is beautiful. I'm just going to slap these guys right on top. Put this whole chunky boy right over here. Tidy it up a bit. There we go. Okay. Good. It's not as scary looking as it was a second ago. And move it just a touch. Is that on camera? Can you guys see that? No, you can't. Do I care? Not necessarily, because you know it's there. We all know it's there. Dominaria. Alright, moving into the next section. Which all my cards are starting to fall over now. Oh my god, I hate this. I hate it when that happens. Okay, what are we in here now? Oh, we're back to mixed. Okay, this is completely mixed up. Got a bunch of islands, though. Let's grab all these here islands. Islands through and through. Alrighty. Got some more to add to this big stack right here. More to this stack over here. This is Tempest. Where on earth is Tempest? Could take days to find Tempest. There we are. Tempest. Boom. Magic 13, Core 13, Core 13, Core 13, bunch of Core 13, Core 13, Core 10. Okay, back to Avacyn Restored. Avacyn Restored. Oh, Dark Ascension. Dark Ascension. Whew. Plenty of these. I can't remember what this one is. This is what I have the most of on the table right now, so it has to be something that we played the hell out of. Innistrad. Okay, yeah, we did play the hell out of that. That was a big set for us. I can't remember what the other huge sets were for us over the years. I'll find out as I continue through this and sort all these cards out. This is Kamigawa. Over there. This is what, Onslaught, I think I said this was? Onslaught, where are you? I just saw you earlier, right here. Ravnica. Oh, don't go dropping cards now. I have to remember I have cards going like all the way off to the side. In fact, I'm going to move these Eldritch Moon Shapeshifter cards, and I'm going to slide this set in, which is Ravnica. Or I think it's Ravnica. I can't recall. This is Gatecrash. Where are you at, Gatecrash? Oh, here we are. Little Ravnica. This is another one that was near Innistrad. I just can't remember. Oh, look at that. I guys gotta show you this card. 1 second. Where is this set? Here we are. So this, and I think this is actually the original card. This is the card Rancor. And it's from... I think it's actually from the Onslaught block. Let's see. It's pretty old. It is from, sorry, it's from Urza's Legacy in the Urza block. And this is my favorite Magic card because it's the first Magic card that I ever was given by somebody. And it is what I got my gaming name from. And my roller derby name, and this tattoo in Dwarven font says Rancor. So this is a very special card to me. And I feel like I've come across it numerous times, and I pulled it out and gone, oh, I should do something with this. I should frame it. I should do something other than just throw it back in with the rest of them. And somehow it always makes its way back in with the rest of them, but then I always find it again. So I think this time I'm actually going to take it. I'm going to put it aside, and I'm going to do something special with that. I'll get like a little 5x4 frame, and I'll throw that in there or something like that. But yeah, very special card to me. I thought I had this one right in front of me a second ago. There it is. Yep. Core 12, Core 12, Core 12, Core 12. Okay, Avacyn. Avacyn. I'm getting a lot of green, so I'm guessing I sorted these by color at one point, but never went any further than that. And now that I've done this a bunch of times, I've decided that color's not really the way to go when you're working on a collection. Color's fine if you're just sorting out a booster box that you just bought or something, and you want to do some deck building or something. But if you're trying to get your collection in order, color is not the way to start. That just doesn't make any sense. And that's not to say that we don't plan on building decks out of these cards once they're sorted. It's just that I want to get them sorted first. Core ninth, core ninth. Throw those in the core pile. I think these are both shards of Alara. If I can find that pile. There it is. Oh. Right there. Nope. Not right there. That's Zendikar. Hold on. Again, some of these symbols are so similar to each other that you could easily, from like a foot away, not tell the difference. I'm sure that also has to do with the size of the symbols. Is that right? Hold on. No, that's not right. Right here? No. Right here. Okay. Right there. That's guilds. This is Gatecrash. Ravnica, Ravnica, Ravnica. Now what do we got? Pretty sure that's Innistrad. These guys are out. Innistrad. Oh, not Innistrad. That's another one. These are Innistrad. I think it's from the Innistrad block, though. I can tell you what it's from, actually. It's from... It's from an older set than I thought. Shocking. Wait a minute, hold on. It can't be this old. Oh, no. Shadows over Innistrad. Okay. Which was one of my favorite sets because I built an Eldritch Moon deck, which was really, really, really good. I have it upstairs. It's still assembled. It's in the box. Yeah, it was one of my favorite decks that I assembled. Innistrad. Wow, that pile is so outweighing everything else. It may stay that way. I don't know. That might have been like the peak of our playing, was when Shadows over Innistrad or Innistrad came out. Core 13, Titanic Growth. That's a classic. Core 13, Core 13, Core 13, Core 13, Core 13. Wow. Core 12. Core 12. Are these all cores? Core 12. Core 12. Core 11. Core 10. Giant Growth. The Bears. There used to be a how to play Magic tutorial that you could download like way back in the day when I was a kid, and I remember I had my mom, because I wanted to have somebody to play with, I had my mom do the tutorial that taught you how to play, and it was the same cards every time. It was like a 10-minute tutorial, and one of the way they taught you how an instance work, I remember, was this this Sam Giant Growth. So that's cool. So when did Magic 10 come out? 2009. So it was definitely... The one in that game was definitely from a set earlier than Magic Core 10. It's 2009. I would have been... 2009. Yeah, I was like 21. So, is that right? Yeah. 2009, I was like 21 or 22. So there's no way I was having my mom play Magic with me. Although she is surprisingly into games. I think she was a closeted nerd her whole life and grew up in a time when being a nerd wasn't popular like it is today, to some extent. She was really big into Star Trek and Star Wars and horror movies. Like, she went and saw The Exorcist in theaters when it first came out. And so she was always into stuff like that. She had an Atari 2600, 2400, 2600. That we still own. It's actually up at our vacation house in Maine, or it's somewhere. We have it somewhere safe, and it works, and we have like 100 games for it, and we have the original joystick controllers plus the dial controllers, and Yeah, it's awesome. So that all came from her. So nowadays when she's over and we whip out a board game, even something intricate like, I mean, I don't want to say what is or isn't intricate, but we pull out like Scythe or Caverna, or, you know, we want to play a quick one-shot session of Fate RPG. She jumps right in, and she has really no problem picking things up and running with it. So that's very cool. Pretty sure I've used this song in a video as well. Onslaught, Gatecrash, Ravnica. Oop. Excuse me, Ravnica. Oh, bunch of Ravnica. Gatecrash. Just had it. There we go. Bunch of great. I remember I liked this card. Predator's Rapport. Each target creature you control, you gain life equal to that creature's power plus its toughness. Oh yeah, for 3, that's real solid. And of course, green. Ravnica, Gatecrash. So this is like the Ravnica Gatecrash section of my collection, apparently. Tidy those up a bit because I was kind of slapping cards down. Don't want things getting messy. We're almost done this first box. Granted, I started it earlier today, so we haven't made all of this progress on stream. But, you know, almost being done with the first box is kind of exciting. Okay, Dark Ascension. These are all Dark Ascension. They are not alphabetized, so at least I know I'm not in a completely pre-sorted section. Innistrad. A lot of Innistrad. Definitely was really into the game then. These are all Innistrad. Wait a minute. These go over here. Boop. Knew I missed that. I messed that up earlier. I was certain that I had. Yeah. Tons more Innistrad. Okay, these are all Innistrad. Core 10, Core 9. Slap those over there. Gnarled Pack. Terastodon. Alright, stop looking at cards. You're not here to look at cards, you're here to sort cards mindlessly into piles. I bought the original, and I think it was in the Time Shift block. I bought the original Sliver deck when that came out, and I also mixed that with the... I forget what I did. I either bought it and added a bunch of cards to it, or I bought it and held on to it, and then when the new Slivers came out, I mixed them all in, and I basically made like the ultimate Sliver deck. And it was, I'm sure it was completely broken. It probably used illegal cards or used cards in a way that you're not supposed to, but I know it was frustrating for people to play against it, but I held on to it for a while, and every now and then I would pop it out and show somebody how it worked, and they agreed it was silly. It's not ever anything I would play seriously though, because it's not, it's really fun for you, but you're really just laughing at your opponent the whole time. Yeah, we're getting into some of my old cards. So these are all from Onslaught. Let me see here. Pretty sure these are all from the Onslaught block. Yep. So Scourge, Legions, and Onslaught from the Onslaught block. That's when I first started buying cards for myself. And so that's what I have the most memory of, seeing these cards for the first time from those sets. And I also recognize that some of them are available in my 1-2 punch deck, which is from Onslaught. Yeah. Which I was saying earlier is my favorite deck of all time. It's the first deck I ever bought for myself. Precon deck. And I played the hell out of it. And it's the first deck I ever used at like a Friday Night Magic. It's the first deck I ever, like, you know, I would have in my backpack and I would bring to school. I also remember there was an elf deck somewhere in those 3 sets. And I think I owned that elf deck as well. And I think a lot of these cards are from that deck, like Elvish Pioneer, Wirewood Elf, Well-Wisher, Wirewood Savage, Heedless One. I think a lot of those are from that original deck. That, like, these cards that I'm holding are from that original deck. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad I have those. That's why I wanted to do this. You know, it's cool to... It's just fun to go back and hold things and get that same memory that you had when you first saw them and go, oh yeah, I remember this card. This is that same card. Like, it's not a copy or one that I picked up in a store or, you know, one that I'm looking up online. That's the same card I held when I was a kid when I bought that deck and I opened it up. That's the card that came out of it. So it's cool to be able to hold that again when you're an adult. And maybe even pull them out and reassemble that deck since I own them. You know, I can look the deck construction up online and remake it and play that same deck again with the same exact cards that I played when I was a kid. And I remember I had Gunmetal Ultra Pro cases on them with a slightly textured back. So I could even get those. I'm sure they still make them. Where are we looking here? Spirally lizard tail thing. Dragon. This is one that I haven't seen a lot of, so that it might be a much smaller pile. That's probably what's causing me the issue. The other issue is when the card is sitting on top, the last card that you placed on a set stack happens to be like a silver, like an uncommon or a rare. Because then the symbol doesn't look the same when you look at it from across the table. Why am I not seeing this? I know I have it. 1000% certain that I have it. Right here. Oh, jeez. Onslaught, Onslaught. This I know I have some of. This is from a Commander set that I don't remember buying any cards from a Commander set. I don't play Commander. Commander's the same as... Isn't there a thing called, like, Double-Headed Dragon? Or people usually shorten it. I can't remember. No, Double-Headed Dragon's something different. Commander used to be called something different, right? It used to be like a 3-letter acronym. Well, not an acronym. Initials. People misuse the term acronym. To be an acronym, you have to be able to pronounce it as a word. So, like, FBI is not an acronym. SCUBA is an acronym because you can pronounce it. SCUBA, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. If it's just initials and you're just saying the letters, FBI, CIA, NSA, those are not acronyms. Those are initials. This is another one that I haven't put one down of in a while. Ah, right there. And then this one I hate because it's part of a block where all 3 sets within the block have extremely similar symbols. They're all like a crescent with a tower in the middle, but then one has like peaked crescent and one has squared crescent, one has a squared tower, and those are the only differences, and they're super small when you're looking at them from more than a few inches away. This is going to be another one that takes me forever to find. It's not that one, but that's one in the same set. Is it that one? No. I think that's the other one. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. This goes with this set, which is the other one that looks similar to it. Over here, Gate Crash. That's an easy one. Core 14, Gate Crash, Gate Crash. Another weird one, Gate Crash. Is that all of them? All from that box? I think so. Yeah, we're on the last chunk from this first box, so that's pretty good. Okay. I looked these up. Shadows over Innistrad, I think. Shadows over Innistrad, right there. Innistrad, regular. Just plain old Innistrad. Got these, plenty of these already. This is another stack that's getting up there. I'll have to double check what set this is. That is... This is new Phyrexia from the Scars of Moradin block. And then these are Moradin Besieged, which I think is also getting decently large, if I recall. Where is it? Unless I'm imagining that, but I feel like Moradin Besieged is getting big as well. Right here. Yeah, it's not the biggest. It's decent size though. It's bigger than most. I feel like we're not talking about Magic cards anymore. Tempest. Magic Core 13, Core 13, Core 13, Core 13. Is this? No. I remember one of the only creature cards in, I believe, in that 1-2 punch onslaught deck that I like, that I have that I bought when I was a kid, and I have a copy of upstairs. I think one of the only creatures that's not produced from tokens, because that's the token deck, is a gorilla. It's like a giant gorilla or something, and it's a 4/4, and it's going like this in the pose, and it's like stretching its arms out, and I'm pretty sure the flavor text on the card says, "I want a banana this big." And I always thought that was hilarious that, like, the guy drew a super serious picture and decided to go completely silly with the text. Although I'm sure it's two different people, but I always thought that was funny. That stands out in my mind. Core 13, Core 13, Core 13, Core 13. Lots of core. Core 12. Wow, this is all core. I'm still in Core 12. Probably from numerous times that over the years where I've tried to sort cards. Core 11 now. Core 10. And Avacyn. All roads lead back to Avacyn Restored. You guys see that at all? No. I would need to do like a straight overhead shot, and I don't have the rigging required to do that with my Canon camera. I could put like a webcam on the end of a boom, but it probably wouldn't look very good. Dark Ascension. Whole lot of Dark Ascension. Okay, so that's it for the first big box. I'm going to move that aside. And I did bring down... First, let me grab these two cards, actually. So what is this? Core 14, Core 19. Core 19? I didn't realize I bought any cards that recent. So recent. I did bring down another box. It's not a full-size one. It's this guy right here. And I'm pretty sure... I mean, this has to be at least 500. I'm pretty sure. So we'll see. I'll start grabbing chunks out of this. And maybe we'll move into a different section of my Magic history as far as what I was playing, because there was a lot of, obviously you can see from this first box, a lot of Innistrad. That's all core, so that doesn't really count. A lot of Dark Ascension, a lot of Avacyn Restored. Yeah. So, moving into things. Gate Crash. A lot of Gate Crash. So we might be in my Gate Crash days here. Might be when this box is from. Yeah, this is a lot of Gate Crash. I would be willing to say this is going to be all Gate Crash. We'll see. So far, all Gate Crash. Uh-huh. Yep, 100% Gate Crash there. So I'm going to clean the bottom of Gate Crash up a little bit because I have a feeling it's about to get very large. Like I said before, I'm not sorting by anything other than set right now, and I've probably only gone through a quarter of the cards I own, and this is where I'm at. You guys can't really see this one off camera. I'll try to move it on into the shot. This is Dominaria. Dominaria, Innistrad, these are all core mixed up through multiple years. Dark Ascension, Avacyn Restored. I already forget what that one is, but I looked up a second ago. Gate Crash is about to get very large because I feel like I'm in my Gate Crash section of my collection right now. I'm not seeing anything other than Gate Crash right now, so I'm guessing that's where I'm at chronologically in my collection. And in fact, these actually look alphabetized, which means I was probably really playing at the time that Gate Crash came out, because I only got around to this level of categories of organization when I was really, really into the game. Okay, so that's end of the Gate Crash chunk. Magic 14, Magic 14, bunch of Core 14, bunch of Core 14. I wonder if Gate Crash... Yeah, Gate Crash probably came out the same year as Core 14. So this was probably just me mixing it up and buying different boosters. Like you do. It's going to be really nice to have these all sorted, because then when somebody comes over and they're like, hey, you know, I'm kind of in the mood to start playing Magic again for a little bit. I was thinking maybe of doing a Merfolk deck, or I was thinking of doing a zombie deck. We can just do a keyword search and find every card that's been printed as, you know, every zombie card that's been printed, and I will know exactly what sets to look in. They'll be organized by color, alphabetically, so we'll know exactly where to look. We'll be able to find everything. It'll be awesome. Okay, looking like a bunch more Gate Crash. And again, these appear to be color coded or color sorted and alphabetized. And they're all Gate Crash. In fact, I'm going to start skipping a little bit and trust my myself from the past in that these are all likely sorted properly and are Gate Crash. Yep. Gate Crash, Gate Crash, Gate Crash, Gate Crash. Oh, see? Caught me at the end there. So that didn't look like Gate Crash anymore. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was. Thought I just saw a card that wasn't. Ah, yeah, here we go. Okay. What is this? Ah, it's a one-off. I'll do that in a minute. I'll put it right here. These are all Gate Crash. those are all Gate Crash. So what is this? I have not seen this before. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a new pile. Which, honestly, we have to almost be done with new piles at this point based off of how many I've already got. I feel like I have a stack for at least one of everything. This is Dragon's Maze. So that's the third set to the Ravnica Innistrad, or Return to Ravnica Gate Crash. Sorry, Return to Ravnica Gate Crash sets. Blah. The 3 sets too, Return to Ravnica are Return to Ravnica, Gate Crash, and Dragon's Maze, which I have not seen any Dragon's Maze yet until this one, so I likely did not buy a lot of them. If I put this right here, yep, you guys can see that, cool. This is nuts, huh? Like, I just now looked up at the stream. This is kind of crazy looking. I look like a madman. Okay, this is going pretty fast, this box, because it's so clearly already organized as Gate Crash. Okay, let's go with this chunk. Looks like Gate Crash. Yep, like I said, there were periods of time where I was super into the game, and so I bought a ton of cards. And then there were little times in between where I picked stuff up here and there, but I never really dove headlong back into it. And so you'll see blocks and sets within them where I grabbed cards, but not many. And then you'll see sets and sometimes entire blocks where I was just buying non-stop cards, and so those piles are going to end up being huge. And I have a feeling that Gate Crash is going to be one of those, because this is ridiculous. I feel like this entire box is going to be Gate Crash. Gate Crash is about to become the biggest stack. And honestly, if that's the case, I think I'm going to stop the stream because, one, I didn't bring any other cards down. We got through that whole first box, and now this is the second box. I don't feel like running upstairs to get more. It's already past 10 o'clock my time. Oh, we got some actual sorting to do here. This is Ravnica. Although, maybe not, because Ravnica, as I just said, Return to Ravnica is the same block as Gate Crash, which means if I was really into playing then, you know, I was really into playing when these came out, which means they're also probably sorted. And that means that I'm not going to be doing much right now other than adding them to the stack. Gate Crash. Nope, sorry, I mean Return to Ravnica. Return to Ravnica. These are all Return to Ravnica. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Not seeing any other cards. And they're alphabetized and they're color sorted. So, yep. Oh, we've hit Gate Crash. Hold on. Okay. Return to Ravnica. Now I bet these are all going to be Gate Crash, because it's the cards that I that I didn't grab when I grabbed the last stack. So, yep. Okay, Return to Ravnica. I'm gonna guess this bleeds all the way through to where I picked up the last stack. Again, color sorted and alphabetical. At least for the most part, anyways. Yeah. Yep, all Return to Ravnica. So this was another period of time where we were playing a lot, we bought a lot of cards, which is why these piles are getting very huge. Okay, oh, this is... Alright. This is new. So which block is this? This is the Theros block. Journey into Nyx, Born of the Gods, and Theros. I do remember buying cards during that time. So I'm not shocked by there being a good number of these. Oh, hold on. So these are all Journey into Nyx. But then randomly I have a Born of the Gods. So let me put these down. Right here. And this, I think, is actually the first one of these I've seen. Granted, it's a token, so it's not like I've really even seen one. Oh, bunch tokens. Okay. Oh, was I just sorting out? No, I wasn't sorting alphabetical. Okay, whatever. Back to Journey into Nyx. Yep, these look color sorted, if not alphabetical. Yeah, it looks like just, well, no, it looks like they're, no, they're not even really color sorted. It looks like I started to make the attempt and then I gave up at some point. Either that or they got mixed up somehow. Because these are definitely not properly color sorted, but they're very close. And they also almost look alphabetized, but they're not. Paying attention with a keen eye will display that they are not alphabetized. Oh, okay, hold on. So that looks like the end of Journey into Nyx, and now it looks like we are into Theros. Yeah, my eyes are getting strained from having gone over these for so long earlier today, and now. Alright. Still getting all Theros. They appear to be somewhat sorted, so I must have already gone through this at some point in the past. Definitely not sorted fully, but enough that I can tell. Oh, alright, hold on, we just hit a shifting point here. Okay, this is Theros. Which is now buried. Let's see if I can get these in there. Alright, that's Theros. And then this is Dragon's Maze, which I don't remember buying a lot of Dragon's Maze, which is why there were only 3 cards in there just now, likely. Where did I put Dragon's Maze? Here. Alright, now we've got some Return to Ravnica. I'm going to go back to assuming that these are not sorted, although they do again appear to be at least partially sorted, at least by color, because these are all Return to Ravnica. Yep, I'll Return to Ravnica. And that is the entire second box. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and call the stream here. This is nuts. I really hate that I'm going to have to pack this up. I know I'm not going to have any time to get into this tomorrow because I have so much going on already tomorrow. I probably won't be able to break it out with any consistency. It's going to be a here and there kind of thing. But hopefully, let's say by the end of the summer, I have all of my Magic cards 100% sorted by set, by color, and alphabetically. And that will be awesome. Hopefully I can have it done in 2 or 3 weeks, but by the end of the summer will be my dead-end deadline goal. So, I guess this will be the stream. So thank you guys if you have watched. If you watched live, thank you. If you watch this later on, thank you as well. Yeah, if you guys haven't, go down below and subscribe. Make sure you set your notification bell to all. Leave a like or dislike and leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.